everybody. All right, so we're doing an awesome webinar today, and I'm super excited about this because I've been working on this for a minute. It takes a while. For those of you that know anything about creating webinars, it takes some planning and lots of effort. So I want you guys to know that I have something super awesome prepared for you guys today, and hopefully everyone will follow along and be on board. For those of you that are meeting me for the first time, like I said, I'm Master Coach Eve, and I just want you to post where you're from, what do you do, what industry are you in. Yes, and right now I want you to invite your friends, get them on the call. There's going to be some juicy information. Webinar happening now. I'm sending out invitations for people. Oh my goodness, I have like every window open in the book right now. I need to close some of these windows before my computer is like, nope, I won't take it anymore. I'm done. Have any of you had that happen to you where you are trying to get your computer together and the computer is just like, nope, not happening, not today. All right, so I'm just gonna spend a few minutes to let you guys get acquainted. And then we're gonna go ahead right into the material. This is gonna be a very, very interesting podcast, or whatever you want to call it. It's not really a podcast, but some people call it a podcast. But this is going to be a webinar training that focuses on some things that really can get you into a space where you can start earning some serious money. Who wants to earn some serious money? I know that I do. Go ahead and type in the comments, me, I want to earn some money. You type in the comments, money. You know, I know that money is not the motivator of everything, but it definitely sure does help, okay? Like, all right. So we've got about 2 minutes before we start. And I'm going to go ahead and get us all set up in the slides really quick here. I'm sending out some last minute invitations because I'm a procrastinator. Procrastinating like that. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can send out some, wow, this is just, for those of you that want to do webinars, a great way to do that is to go ahead and sign up for Zoom. Zoom is amazing, you guys. All right, so here we go. Dun, 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 dun. I'm in a silly mood. I apologize. We're gonna get serious here in just a second. We've got about 1 more minute. I'm sending out last minute, get your butt on the call messages. All right. So, like I said, we're just going to start here in just a second. All right. Ooh, this is going to be juicy, you guys. I hope you guys are ready for this. Y'all ready for this? All right. So don't forget to type in the chat where you're from. Who are you? Okay. All right, so it is 1 o'clock. I'm super excited about this, and I know that this is going to be an awesome time. You guys are going to be able to learn a lot today. Hopefully, I don't bombard you with information that you're just like not able to digest, but you know, I think this is going to be phenomenal. For those of you that don't know what digital publishing is, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to learn and grow, okay? So here we go. Let me get my slides up and running. All right. Okay, presentation, let me get, where did you go? Oh no, okay. All right, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. So hopefully that'll help you to understand a little bit about what we're talking about here. Okay. I have to move this. I don't know why they put the box for like the me, I guess, in the corner right where I need to click. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Find out why you need to create the 4 products that can be found in every successful 7-figure business. Okay. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you guys mute your mic until we get into the questions here. So just mute your mic, make sure that there's no sound going on. All right. Discover a simple 7-step formula for creating a sales funnel that converts. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Okay, so who are you with today? You are with Your Passive Legacy. And this is where we talk about how you can quit trading your time for money. But before we get started, follow me on Facebook at Easy to Create or become a member of Your Passive Legacy Academy, which is a private group. Just ask and you will be approved. Right now it's actually public, but it's going to go back to private at 6:30 p.m. tonight. Okay, how did you find out about this webinar? Who told you? Did you find out through a group? Did you find out through a friend? Just let us know in the chat. Also, where are you from? Where do you represent? Are you in the States? Are you out of the States? Just let us know. So, all right, the class is in session. Turn off all distractions. Live streaming on Xbox. Turn your cell phone on vibrate. Be sure your mic is muted, okay? And then be sure you have something to write with. Be sure you have something to snack on and drink, okay? All right, a little bit about me. I am a mama. I have a 3-year-old son named Thomas. I also have my AA in marketing, BA in English, and MBA in internet marketing. And I'm a newlywed to an awesome guy named David. All right, and I'm also the creator and founder of YourPassiveLegacy.com, Your Passive Legacy Academy, and Your Passive Legacy Podcast. So who is this webinar for? Well, it's for coaches, speakers, authors, therapists, consultants, CEOs, entrepreneurs, marketers, brand builders, and product creators. So who's ready for a new chapter in their life? Type me in the chat if you are ready to earn some serious money and to really step into the new chapter of your life. Does this sound familiar? You have more month than you do money. You're working too many long hours. You're constantly tired. You're not really in love with your work. You don't feel like you're making a difference. You feel like you need more money to do what you want in life. Boy, that was my song and dance for years. Okay. Well, what you're going to learn today could change all of that. So what you're going to learn is 4 types of digital products to create: the ethical bribe, the low-cost front-end offer, the core product, and the VIP offer. You're also going to learn the 7 steps you need to take to create your 7-figure business around your digital products. And one of the quotes I like to focus on is, if you give a man 1 fish, he'll eat for that day. But teach a man to fish and he will eat for the rest of his life. You guys, I'm about to teach you how to fish. Get your fishing poles out. All right. So just so you know, you have everything that you need. You have all the tools that you need to create digital products around your industry knowledge or even your passion. In this webinar, we're going to cover exactly how you can do that with these 4 digital products. But first, let's get rid of some limiting beliefs. I want to introduce you to the success cycle, okay? This was made up by Tony Robbins, and I'm a huge fan, and he's just brilliant, okay? Okay. So the certainty that you are capable and the belief that you have the potentials to get to where you need to go, basically, it affects the amount of action that you take. The amount of action that you take affects your results. And if you have a poor belief about your capabilities in the first place, you will not achieve your full potential. And that in turn will lessen the action that you take further still. And the results that you get even more so. It's a vicious cycle called the crazy 8. That's what he's coined it as. And he's come up with 16 limiting beliefs. I don't have the willpower. I don't have the time. Well, I don't understand. It's too expensive. I don't deserve it. What if, ... All the good ideas are already taken. I'm scared of rejection. I could never do that. Successful people are just lucky. I don't have what it takes. I don't have the skills or talent. I'll never make enough money. I'll never be able to retire. I'm just not good with money. Money is made to be spent. Okay, well, here's the thing. The only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself. Tony Robbins said that, and he's definitely very right. Do these thoughts sound familiar? Like, these thoughts definitely happen to me. What should I create? I'm not really creative. How much should I charge? Am I charging too little? Am I not charging enough? How will I build my audience? How will I get traffic? What if people don't show up to buy my product or service? And how do I pick the right product or service to sell? You guys, these are all common concerns. Aside from the limiting beliefs and doubtful questions, there are 2 things that will prevent you from learning today. Number 1 is saying, I already knew that. And number 2 is that I don't agree. So I want to talk about the 4 traits of successful clients. You know what? They had a paradigm shift. They're good people that have an honor code. They want to serve at a higher level. They start charging their clients premium prices, and they invest in coaching and mentoring themselves. And this is something that one of my mentors actually said to me today. She said that you need to make sure that you have multiple coaches for, what you're trying to do. If you don't have a health coach, if you don't have a business coach, if you don't have a sales coach, whatever problem is that you're trying to work on, you need to have a coach for that. So how did I figure out the paradigm shift? Well, I was broke. And when you're broke, you tend to get creative. And I was also broken. I've had a lot of things happen to me in my life, and I just got fed up with always, dealing with negative things and not being able to overcome the negative thoughts that came along with it. I got tired of thinking that way. And you know what, you guys? I had studied. I have formal education and I have informal education. I did everything I was supposed to do, quote unquote. And it wasn't working. And then I found mentors. I found amazing mentors. I'm talking about mentors that were like 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years ahead of me. And they were already succeeding at what I wanted to do. I also found the right maps, tools, and resources. You guys, that is so vital for your success. You need to have the right maps, tools, and resources, and the mentors. All those things combined will help you to be successful. And there's really only 3 reasons why you're not at 7 figures yet. Number 1, you don't think anyone will pay you big money. Number 2, you don't believe your expertise is worth big money. Number 3, you don't know how to package your expertise to position yourself for a premium sale. And I don't know about you, but I started out at number 1, and then it got to the point where I was at number 3, where I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I package this? How do I sell it to people in bite-sized pieces so that they know what I'm talking about? I mean, I know that people are smart, but there's some things that get pretty complicated in what I'm teaching. So how do I break that down? Well, that's why I got mentors. And they showed me how to break it down. But you know what? Things began to change for me. I started making some serious money. I will never forget, you guys, I'll never forget when I made $1,500 off one person. I was elated, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that someone would pay me that much money to work with me. But what I was doubting and what I was forgetting was that the information that I was providing is worth that. It's worth even more than that, but I just wasn't valuing myself correctly. And that really just made me think, like, wow, what else could I possibly do? Like, it just opened my eyes to the possibilities. I started getting better clients who were more committed to their success because I was charging them more. I started making a bigger impact on the world because I was more confident. I was more confident in the things that I had to say, so I spoke up more. My son has everything that he needs, and now that he's old enough to express it. He tells me he's proud of me all the time. It's so funny. He'll be like, Mama, I'm proud of you. And it's just so cute. I mean, he's only 3, but he can talk and he can see what's going on. So for me, that's my leverage. My son is a huge part of my leverage. I'm able to go on more adventures with my family. Okay. But before we go any further, let me explain to you why I don't really do too much one-on-one coaching anymore. I had so many complaining clients when I was charging a little amount, like when I was charging way less. I had people complaining about things, and I'm like, you're only paying $50, or you're only paying $100, or you're only paying $200. Like, that's not even, look, that's like some coin that you could go use at the casino, and like, they weren't paying a lot of money, yet they were complaining about things a lot. And so it was actually more stress and more headache because they would flip-flop back and forth about what they wanted to do, and it was just more work than month, and I just wasn't earning enough to make a living. And I wasn't making a big enough impact. I wanted to reach more people. And I felt like, I needed to create something. I had no idea what I was going to create. I didn't even know if my expertise could be packaged into a product. But you know what, you guys? I did my research anyway. Then that was when I created my first freebie. An ethical bribe is a free product, and in some cases, a service that is offered in exchange for someone's email. All you need is a great offer. It's just a great free offer, an autoresponder like Aweber, MailChimp, Constant Contact, or similar, or you need some followers on Facebook. Okay? You need a landing page. Now that landing page, honestly, you guys, can be your social media page, or it can be a landing page on a website. And you can actually create a WordPress website for free. And then all you have to do is start sending traffic from that landing page from your social media or offline when you meet people. You just send them to the website. But leads will start coming in. So why does the ethical bribe work? When someone does something nice for you, you feel obligated to return the favor. If you don't, you're often left with the feeling of guilt or pressure, as if something were amiss deep in your psyche, okay? This sense of pressure is what psychologists call the law of reciprocity. For those of you that don't know what the law of reciprocity is, it is basically something that is wonderful, and you need to use it in your business when you give away free product, because you're literally like loving up on people and you're taking care of them, and so they want to take care of you. So this law actually appears a lot in the marketing world. It's used primarily to bring in potential new clients. If you've ever filled out a boring survey or done some sort of task in exchange for like a gift card or any type of free thing, then you've experienced the law of reciprocity firsthand. In marketing, we call these lead magnets, and they're an extremely powerful tool for generating leads, okay? But you have to use it properly. Okay, so I just mentioned this, the freebie. When you give away a freebie, people just feel like they want to give something back to you. Okay, that was Sunny Lenarduzzi's definition. Of course, I have my own definition, but I think that, she summed it up really well. Okay, so what can be used as an ethical bribe? All right, you guys. So here's a list of 10 examples of ethical bribes, courtesy of Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How many of you know who Robert Kiyosaki is, or heard of his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad? It's a fairly popular book, and it's sold millions of copies. So if you haven't read that, that is a great read. Okay, number 1 is an audio of presentation. Okay, audio of a presentation. That is exactly what I'm doing right now, you guys. So all you have to do is hold a teleclass on a particular topic and record it, or simply record a presentation with audio recording software on your computer. So like if you have a MacBook, it would be like iMovie, or if you have a regular computer, I think that there's definitely some stock recording software on your computer. If you have an iPad mini, or even if you have a cell phone, a great way to record an audio if you don't have a computer, or if you don't have any other device, is use your cell phone. And you can create a private Facebook group on Facebook, and then go ahead and start recording in that group. do some Facebook lives in that group, and then group it together as an audio product. It's really easy. It's so easy to do. Oh my gosh, you guys, you don't even like know how easy this is. So an audience isn't necessary for a good recording either. You can actually do this by yourself without having to have an audience. If you're feeling a little reluctant about having an audience, it's all good. You don't have to have an audience right there sitting with you. I like to have an audience though, a live audience, so I can answer questions at the end. But it's entirely up to you, to each his own. Okay. The next is interview an expert. Okay. Request an interview with a noted expert in your target market, or if you're going with a certain theme, find out how you can tie in the theme. Ask the expert questions or pull questions from a pre-assigned list you've been given. And that happens if you are doing an interview with someone on their platform versus yours. Okay. Record the interview and have it transcribed and create a 2-part giveaway. Okay. You guys, I do this all the time with my podcast. I interview industry entrepreneurs all the time, and I just tie it into my Your Passive Legacy theme, which we're talking about spiritual legacy, we're talking about emotional legacy, we're talking about financial legacy, basically whatever legacy you can leave behind. I tie that in with everybody who is an entrepreneur or small business owner, or even if I just decide to interview some random person, I'm tying that in, and honestly, I've gotten some amazing content. And also, that person is getting some experience. They're getting to be interviewed. It's just amazing how that works. Okay. So number 3 is a special report or ebook. I know it says 2 to 5 pages here. If you do a special report, that's a PDF. But honestly, I think now, since it's getting so tough, there's so much free content out there that you really have to make it stellar. So I would say 5 to 10 pages. And of course, that's with pictures and stuff. You can create this pretty easily by writing an article that's 1,500 to 2,000 words. And listen, if you don't like writing, you can always do a voice audio of this, okay? You can give away free audio books. This is a possibility, okay? So typically an ebook is longer than a special report, combining several articles or topics, or to make a more complete overview of a topic, okay? So here's another idea. If you are on social media all the time, I want you to collect all of your videos, or maybe take some posts that you've done, and you can literally take that and put it into an ebook form. You can use canva.com, but just put it into an ebook form, and it's just really easy to create, okay? Number 4 is a checklist. A checklist is usually about 1 to 2 pages, and it's a PDF file that walks someone through a to-do list or checklist to complete a task. To create a checklist, just create a simple outline and just outline the steps required to complete a particular task, and insert a check mark box or something similar. And make sure that it's printable so that they can work along. It's like having a workbook, okay? Video, we touched on this a little bit already, but using video to promote your business is one of the hottest internet marketing strategies today. If you use video in your business, you're increasing your chances of people doing business with you by 65%. And on top of that, if you have a website, if you put that sucker up on the website, you can actually increase your conversions up to 86%. You guys, that's insane. You have to use video. If you can't use video, then go ahead and use an audio, but just make sure that they can hear your voice. Or, if you're not comfortable doing audio or video, the only thing that I can think of is to put a video of someone else, which really, I don't know, I'm a little partial to that, because I kind of feel like if you're building your tribe, you should be personable with them, and it should be you in the video. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know what you guys think about that. You can go ahead and tell me in the chat. Okay. You can create an info video that is a training or tutorial video made by using video screen capture software, or record yourself answering questions or presenting a topic with an inexpensive video camera. So I literally use my cell phone like all the time to like record stuff. And it's just super easy. It's super easy to do that. It's super easy to answer someone's question or to pick a topic and just go ham on that topic. Just talk about the topic. Okay. Now, as far as video screen capture software, if you have a regular computer, Camtasia is a great thing to use. And if you're looking to invest in something that's professional, and then also for Mac, ScreenFlow. ScreenFlow is awesome. But you know what? There's a lot of free tools that you can use for video editing software, for screen capture software. So I would look into that. Google will tell you everything. Google's your best friend. Okay. Upload the video to your site or to any video hosting sites. I know that Vimeo is a good one. YouTube, hello, yes, YouTube is free advertisement. And you know what? I figured something out. That if you like take your videos and you like download them and then upload them onto YouTube, YouTube is literally like a hosting platform. So you don't have to pay for video hosting if you don't want to be on that platform. Just use YouTube. Don't tell anybody I said that. I don't think that I'm supposed to know that or figure that out. Most people wouldn't figure that out. So just a little tip. If you're going to do video, upload it to YouTube because YouTube is free hosting. Okay. Okay. Another thing is upload it to Facebook. But here's the thing about uploading it to Facebook, just so you know. I'm going to go back to that slide. Just so you know, if you upload a video to Facebook that is not native to Facebook, so like that means if you didn't do a Facebook Live or if you didn't upload a video from your computer directly to Facebook, they see that as a non-native video and it'll get less engagement. Okay, so if you want more engagement, post it directly to or do a Facebook Live on Facebook or whatever platform you're using for that matter. Okay, number 6 is software. For as little as $50, you can hire a programmer to create a simple piece of software to help your prospects automate a task or solve a problem. Another option is to buy a license for some inexpensive software that you can then redistribute as you wish. So basically, that might be along the lines of affiliate marketing. I'm not really sure how that works because I've never done it, but I do know that you can hire someone on Fiverr.com, Fiverr, Fiverr.com, to do just about anything for you. Okay, number 7, a Rolodex resources list. Once you have developed a relationship with your prospects, invariably you will get asked to make recommendations for vendors to perform certain tasks. So just like I told you right now, I gave you several recommendations. I gave you a recommendation for a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I gave you a recommendation for screen capture software, which is Camtasia and ScreenFlow. I just gave you a recommendation for outsourcing your work inexpensively at Fiverr.com. So I'm literally doing exactly what that just says. I'm giving you a Rolodex of resources that you can use to further your cause, okay? Because this list is valuable in that you have already gone through a number of services to find just the right provider and are thus saving your prospects hundreds of dollars and hours of time, create a list of these providers in a PDF document. So if I were to create a list of all of my editing software, all of my equipment, because right now I'm using a Logitech headset, but I also have a Logitech, it's a Logitech camera, basically, that sits on top of my computer, and that's HD 1080p, which is really good quality. I also have a Blue Yeti microphone. I have my tripod. I have a lot of equipment. And I'm not saying that you have to go buy a bunch of equipment, but what I am saying is that I have a whole list of things that I use. So you guys are in luck because I already know these things and I can just tell you so that you don't have to go through the trouble of finding this out the hard way and then finding stuff that doesn't really work. Okay, number 8. Number 8, templates are another time saver device that prevents your prospects from having to reinvent the wheel. So if you can create a template for how to do something and just make it so that all they have to do is fill in their information, that is glorious. And I've actually done this with when I created my terms and conditions for my website. I actually found a website that all I had to do was plug in my business name and plug in all my information, and they did all the rest of the other jargon. I didn't have to like type it up from scratch, and it just saved so much time, and it looked so professional, and it was just easy. Like, who doesn't like easy? So that's something that you should consider if you have different systems and operations that you use on a regular basis in your business. You can package together templates you use regularly, basically, like templates for telephone follow-up calls, so scripts, basically, emails, newsletters, to-do lists, budgets. So I actually have like $4,000 worth of templates that I offer people when they do my boot camps, because I know you're going to have to send a legacy follow-up series. You're going to have to collect emails. You're going to have to engage people on Facebook. And I actually do have a method to my madness. I do actually follow a system. And so if I gave you that system, I know for a fact that you're going to be able to grow your audience. You're going to be able to engage your audience. And what I call it is just hyper social media engagement, where I literally get people talking. I get people creating consumer generated content, which is basically content that your tribe has created, and you can actually use that content to do something with it. You don't even have to like create all of your content. So I'm a queen when it comes to creating content, because I've been doing it for so long, and because I've found so many different ways to connect with the audience, to get them to do things where it's literally creating content for my page. And I don't, the stress of creating all the content is not on me. Okay. So anything that will let your prospects use a model for developing his or her own vision will be greatly appreciated. So use templates, okay? Number 9 is worksheets or a workbook. So sometimes information is better delivered in a format where the prospect can just jot down like ideas, answers, and brainstorm. So I actually have, I have developed a worksheet where I give people in the class, when they take the class with me, they are building their customer persona. And so I actually have a worksheet where I show you how to map out the demographics, how to map out the psychographics, and how to put it all together in a worksheet. And it's super helpful because it helps people identify who their target audience is. You know, maybe you're not making a lot of money because you're not targeting the right audience. We find that out very quickly. Okay, so a PDF worksheet or workbook is the ideal format for that to happen. So just to jot down some ideas. You can create a document with a series of questions and space to answer the questions, along with a bit of introductory text to set up the questions, and you've successfully created a workbook. You guys, I didn't even know I was creating a workbook. That's how slow I am. I just was like, ooh, this looks fun. But I created a workbook. And now I have the video that goes along with it. Then I also have the worksheet where people can work along with me so that they don't feel lost. When people feel lost or confused, they don't buy, okay? And the last thing, but not the least, is an e-course. An e-course is a series of emails or a series of videos that deliver information over a specific course of time. And usually it's via email, okay? Your e-course can last as short as 3 days or as long as 52 weeks, okay? Yes, that's definitely a commitment. And I'll go over like why you should only stick to like a shorter time if you're charging less money, but we'll get to that. Okay, so once you pick a topic, simply determine the number of points that you want to make as you discuss the topic, and then create an email that thoroughly explains each point. Put the emails together in a sequence in your email marketing program, and you have an e-course, you guys. It's just that simple. Like you can literally drip the content to them. Okay, so now that you know that, let's take a look at your product that should be under $100. Okay. It's going haywire. Okay. Okay, the low cost front end offer. The low cost front end product can be any product that costs anywhere from $10 to $100. An ethical bribe can easily be turned into a low cost front end offer. However, there are 6 things that you need to remember about this offer. Okay, my mouth is getting dry, so I'm about to drink some water. I apologize if you can hear me, but I got thirsty. Okay. Okay, so those 6 things are, number 1, it needs to be top notch. Okay. You need to over deliver on your promise to exceed expectations. That's number 2. Number 3, give unexpected value, aka unadvertised bonuses and premiums. Okay, superior customer experience, cater to every need. You need to anticipate what they're going to need. So if you're doing, say for instance, you're doing a lecture where you're just talking to people, you need to anticipate their needs. What is it that you think that people need? Okay, because oftentimes when you're doing a presentation, people may not say anything, but if you can anticipate what their needs are going to be, you will make some really happy customers. Okay, so you need to have a low barrier of entry, so a cheap price. Okay, now I'll have to say that I do have cheaper products, and then I have really, 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 really expensive. So I'm literally serving multiple levels of my market. You know, you have to really anticipate where someone is in their journey. They may not be ready to pay, you know, $2,000. But if you had a product that was $20 or $40, you know, that person could invest in that. And you know what? If you do a great job on that $20 or $40 product, they'll be able to invest in even more with you. Okay? The last thing is you need strategic content that leads deeper into your sales funnel. You can't just be making stuff, okay? Like that is not, you have to have a goal, a strategic goal, okay? That strategic goal is literally leading them down the sales funnel. So then the first thing is you have your lead magnet, which is your freebie, okay? That's the first thing they come in contact with, and that needs to be on point. If it's not on point, you've got a problem. That's the first thing people see with you. And if they see that it's not that great, they're going to think, wow, I mean, if this is their free stuff, you know, the paid content might not be that great, you know, or vice versa. Wow, this free stuff is amazing. I think that this is just something that's fantastic, right? Okay. So I hear some people hopping on. Go ahead and make sure your mic is muted and that you have something to write with, to take some notes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some examples of a front end offer. And I'm not going to get too far into this because there's just so much that you can do that it really is going to create a problem if you focus on too many things to choose. When you have too many things to choose, and this is something that actually I think that you should really think about, is if you have too much to choose, what's going to happen is that you're going to have paralysis, really. You're not going to be able to choose anything because there's just too much to choose from. So give your customers like 2 or 3 good options. And those 2 or 3 good options, really they can choose from those 2 or 3 good options. But when there's too much on the menu, it really just makes for a problem. Okay, I'm going to exit out real quick and make sure that everybody is, I can't even see, where's the chat box? Okay, there it is. I can't see anything in the chat box. Here we go. I'm just going to check to see if you guys have any questions here. No questions yet. Okay, so if you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the chat box now so that, you know, when we get towards the end here, I can answer your questions. Okay. So some examples of front-end offer. an ebook or a physical book. That's what most people don't even think about it like that. They think, oh, I just published a book. That is my core product. No, 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 it's not. No, it's not. No, that's a front end offer. So basically, when you have a book, you guys, when you're an author and you have a book, you need to provide something else for people to consume from you. So you need to have something for free where you show people, maybe you show them, you know, maybe how to write a book or how to do whatever your topic is or something like that. And then the front end offer, your book is maybe like $10 to $15. Okay. But when you're thinking about it, you need to have something else to offer them. All right. So you can also offer a service, a 15 to 30-minute consultation. I do that. I offer 30-minute consultations, and it's under $100. It's only $75. So that counts as a front-end offer. I also have a low-cost membership site. I only charge $19 to get in. And that's, first of all, that's not going to stay like that forever, because I'm going to be adding over 25 hours of content, and I'm going to be creating more content daily all the time. So a low-cost membership website actually can act as a front-end offer as long as it's under $100. You can also offer a 14-day or 30-day trial as a front-end offer because it locks in their information, and whatever the trial period is, whatever they're getting a trial for needs to be under $100. Okay, so basically any product or service that's under $100 can be your front-end offer. Moving on to your core product. The core product is the main product that you offer your customers. All of your other products stem from your core product. For example, your core product can cost an average from $101 to $1,000. I'm going to give you an example. If you have a coaching business, your core product could be a 3, 6, or 12-month coaching package. So what does that break down to? You know what, you guys, I'm sorry if you can hear that helicopter. There is a massive fire in my area, and I think that they're still, look, I'm so nosy. I'm not trying to find out where's that helicopter going. Okay. Distractions. Okay. Okay, so what does that break down to? A 3, 6, or 12-month one-on-one coaching package at $197 per coaching call, 2 calls per month. So that breaks down to a 3-month package is going to be $394 a month. Okay, and if you got them for 3 months, that's $1,182, you guys, for that one person, that one client. If they get a 6-month package with you, it's still $394 a month times 6 months, and that's $2,363. So $2,364. Okay, for that one client. Okay, and then if you do a 12-month package, that's still $394 a month times 12. That's $4,728 that you can get from one client. Here's another example. Say you create a group coaching experience that lasts 4 to 12 weeks. You'll have 4 to 12 modules where you cover one single topic per module. Are you following? So next, what you do is have a live training at the end of every week as part of your office hours, which, by the way, can be offered as a bonus. You can even offer email support as a bonus. So remember I told you that you have to add more value even though they're only buying one thing? Don't tell them that you're going to give them that. Just add it to it, and then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm getting all this value. All the people who are really successful, I see them doing this, and I think it's funny because I know exactly what they're doing. Okay, so what does that look like? Fantastic if you ask me. But no, really, let's seriously look at it. If you have a 4-week program and you are charging at $397 for 4 weeks of training, below is an example of the way to set it up. Okay, you'll have your first module. Say your first module is about love. You can then make the subtitle and say the blank types of love that everyone should try to experience in their lifetime. Okay, and then you break down bullet points about that particular thing. Love 1, love 2, love 3, love 4. You do that same thing for every module. Okay, and then you would want to set office hours for Friday, for example, at 1 p.m. So every Friday, after every module, at the end of every week, you're going to have office hours where you can talk to people about, you know, how they're doing, if they need to help with anything or anything like that. All right, you guys, so let's talk money. If your 4-week program costs $397 for 4 weeks of training, and by the way, that's like $99.25 a week per student. Hello. Oh, that's money. Okay. You know what? Money's not everything, but it definitely helps. So say you have 10 students in your training program. That's $3,970 in 1 month from you teaching only one training program. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second because that is fantastic. So bringing home the bacon. Now, what would happen if you have more than one program with at least 10 students in each? Let's just put this into perspective. You have 2 programs at $397 and you've got 10 students in each. Okay, that's $7,940 a month. You have 3 programs with 10 students in it at $397. That's $11,910 a month. If you go ahead and have 4 programs at $397 with 10 students in them, that is $15,880 a month. Oh my gosh. Woo! They say money talks, and I definitely agree. I think that, you know, if you were making that kind of income every month, you wouldn't have any financial worries, that's for sure. Okay, so there's another concern. How many hours does this break down to? Okay, so if you spent time creating a program, that's already about 2 to 4 weeks of work because of preparation. On top of that, if you have to be present for training programs in person, that could easily take up 60 to 80 hours of work more for the month. Besides that, you would have to have your teaching certificate to teach in a setting that is at a school setting or anything like that. That's right. If you want to do this the old school way, you would have to go back to school to get the proper credentials. So you're probably thinking, now wait a minute, am I going to be chained to my desk? No, not unless you want to be. I don't think anybody wants to be. You don't have to physically be present to teach anymore. You can teach either virtually or live, and even a combination of both. It's really about what suits your fancy. There's a better way. Why not automate 90% of your business so you can reach more people? What if you created a coaching program that only requires you to work a few hours a month to coach 10 to 20 people in a group session? What would that look like? Coaching groups is way more efficient. If you create a webinar training video series as your core product and put it into a membership site, you could automate that up to 90%. Imagine if you could serve 3, 4, 5, 10 times the amount of clients. For example, a group coaching program that lasts 4, 6, or 8 weeks. The cost per person for 4 weeks is $1,500 a person, and that's 10 people. Okay, you have 10 people in a 4, 6, or 8 week program. That's $15,000 a month. The cost per person for a 6-week program, say for instance you charge everyone $19.97, so that's $1,997 to be a part of a 6-week program, okay, with 10 people in it. You could easily earn $19,970 in a month and a half. Okay, so if you had an 8-week program and you charge $2,500 for a 2-month program with 10 people in it, that's $25,000 in 2 months. So that leads me into my next thing, which is the back-end multiplier. A back-end multiplier is a complementing product that you can offer as an upsell or downsell in your sales funnel process. For example, first you have your free guide that acts as your ethical bribe, so like just some sort of freebie. Then you have a front-end offer, say it's a $28 ebook. Then you have your core product, which maybe you'll do a 3-month training program at $497. And you guys, this is pre-recorded, so you don't even have to be present. You can do a webinar training that's pre-recorded and charge people $497 for it, and you don't even have to be present in the class. Okay, then you can offer a back-end multiplier. So your back-end multiplier would be something like a VIP full day advanced training with you, and that's $19.97 per person, and that's performed live. So that's $1,997 to be with you in person. And first off, if you're doing anything in person, it needs to cost more than any of your pre-recorded products. Okay, so say for instance, you are a poet or you're a writer, and you're basically reading some poetry and it's pre-recorded. What you're going to do is you're going to record that, sell it as an audiobook or just an audio program on CD. And then if you were to do a live reading from that, you're going to, okay, you should be charging some serious money for people to come out and see you live. That's a performance. It's a completely different experience than hearing it on an audio or even reading the poetry. Okay? So now that you know what products to make, you've learned about the 4 products you need in your sales funnel: the ethical bribe, the low-cost front-end offer, the core product, and the back-end multiplier. Fran Harris explains this better than I can. She's the mentor that taught me the 7 steps to 7 figures. Find someone. Now what you need to do is find someone who knows the road ahead and is doing what you want to do and model after them. Success leaves clues.
Okay. So there's 7 steps to you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just improve on something that has already been created and put your own unique spin on it, your unique fingerprint. So come up with a way to solve a problem or a pain point. A pain point is basically a desire or something that is troubling your client or customer, your potential customer. So a pain point could be they don't have enough money for retirement, or they're having trouble with their finances, or maybe they're having trouble with their relationships. Those are pain points, okay? So you come up with a solution to their pain point. The next thing is you want to create a Facebook ad to reach your people, okay? So Facebook gives you pretty much 2 options. So you can boost a post or you can create an ad, okay? But Power Editor is a must. If you don't know what Power Editor is, Power Editor allows you to create ads or advertisements in Facebook, and it allows you to micro-target, like just micro-target and make an ad that is very, 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 very specific. Okay, so Power Editor will help you do that. It's an awesome tool. I've used it several times. In fact, I've even been able to advertise. For $7, I reached 21,000 people. So I know that it works. I know that you can set your own cost per click, which is great. But that's a little more advanced. I won't get too much into that. But you can also look at your Facebook Insights, and that is a free tool that you can use on Facebook. It'll tell you your audience's gender, where they live, what time of day they get on, which day is most popular, and what time is most popular. So it's really a great idea to use your Facebook Insights. It's a tool that you can use that you can find at the top bar of your Facebook. And it'll give you some insight into what your people are engaging with the most. Okay, this is all going to give you some information about who you need to target and who you're attracting. Okay, so basically you would want to target your audience according to whatever you see in the Facebook Insights, and then go over to Power Editor and put all that information in as a way to target your audience. Okay, so you're going to send traffic to your registration page. Creating a landing page, or basically outsourcing it, is the best thing that you could possibly do. You can use Fiverr.com, have somebody make a landing page. Now, a landing page is synonymous with a squeeze page or a splash page. Those are pretty much the same terms, okay? So you can also send steady, organic, free and paid Facebook ad traffic to it. So that means that when you make that Facebook ad, based off of what your insights say, you're going to go in and you're going to send them to your registration page or landing page. Okay, and then you want to be sure to collect emails while you're at it with an autoresponder. So I know for a fact that MailChimp is free up to the first 2,000 subscribers, and that's plenty. I mean, when you're first starting out and you don't have a list yet, that's plenty. And then when you upgrade, it's only like $10. The next best thing is going to be Aweber. That's $19 a month. And then when you go ahead and do Aweber, Aweber is going to give you an opportunity to be, I guess it's going to give you an opportunity to do a lot more stuff. So it has a lot of bells and whistles. And you don't really need that starting out. You can use the free MailChimp. That's what I recommend anyway. Okay, then you'll add members to your program. Once you start collecting emails and you start getting more people interested and involved in what you're doing, what you're going to do is you're going to create a webinar presentation like what I'm doing right now. Okay, this webinar presentation, you only have to create it like once, which is really awesome. Okay, so at that point, it becomes an evergreen product. An evergreen product means that you don't ever have to create it again. It's always sending leads to your registration page as long as that registration page is valid and still active, okay? So you can literally be making money on autopilot. You create this webinar. So once I edit this webinar and I develop the webinar, what I'm gonna do is use it as a piece of evergreen content where I can send people to a specific place, okay? But just think of it this way. Just imagine if you have like 1, 3, 7, or 10 of these where you're constantly sending traffic from social media and maybe even some offline sources. Those are invaluable. You could literally be making money overnight. Okay? Number 5 is follow up with your peeps. Okay? Create a legacy follow-up series with your autoresponder, which could be MailChimp, Aweber, Infusionsoft, Constant Contact, whatever you choose to use, okay? Communicate directly with your tribe, and you can add more value as you are communicating with them, and it's going to exceed their expectations, okay? So, limited time offers. You can continue to let your email list know about any new offers you have. So as you are creating these new webinars and as you're creating your e-courses or your ebooks or any of your digital products, once you build an email list from your launch, now this is where people get it wrong. You do not have to have an email list before you launch. You get an email list while you're launching, like after you launch, because people are interested in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Like, for example, you know, if I'm saying, hey, if you want this free webinar, give me your email and I will send it to you. How many of you gave me your email? You gave me your email because you're like, heck yeah, I want this content. So prime example, you just saw that it works, okay? You can also offer other people's products. If you guys are not using this, you absolutely should. The reason being is because you don't have to create the product. It's literally like that easy that you could go ahead and do affiliate marketing for somebody else's product. All you have to do is put it in the email and say, hey, you know what? I found this awesome product and I think that you guys should try it, and just send people to it. And that's a way to open up another income stream. Or you can offer products of your own, but always add value. Number 7 is always have a sales funnel with the 4 products. So we've gone over the 4 products. We've gone over the ethical bribe. We've gone over the front end offer, which is $100 or less. We've gone over your core product, which is $101 to $1,000. And then we've also gone over your VIP product, which is basically $1,000 and up. Okay, that is a sales funnel. That is a core sales funnel. And if you follow these 7 steps, you are going to make money. You are going to make money. You just need to make sure that you do things with always customer-centric thoughts in mind. Always have a customer-centric way that you do business, okay? So you can automate your sales funnel. My favorite is ClickFunnels, and there's also Lead Pages. There's also Webinar Jam. You can also use, what I'm using right now is a Kajabi, or you can use Zoom. Zoom doesn't really record and then replay for you, but it does record for you, and then you can go ahead and take that recording and plug it into Webinar Jam or Kajabi. Kajabi is great for e-courses and things like that, but just rinse and repeat this process. So let's just recap. The 7 steps you have learned today are to come up with a great idea for a webinar or similar, create a Facebook ad or boost a post, send traffic to your registration page or your landing page, add leads to your group, programs, and email list while you're at it, and you're going to create a legacy follow-up series in your email autoresponder, so that for your Aweber or what. And you then are going to offer a limited time offer, okay? So something that isn't going to be on the table forever. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your peeps down your sales funnel, offering different levels of products. And it's the levels of products that I just told you, 4 levels. The freebie, okay? The freebie is where they're going to opt in and say, ooh, I want that free report or ebook or whatever it is you're offering. Then they're going to encounter the front end offer, okay, which is awesome, okay, and then they'll have a core product that they can consume from you, and then a VIP that they can upgrade to. So you're still not convinced that this will work for you? Well, here's some proof positive. $1 Million producer Myron Golden was looking for ways to sell his books. He was able to sell more books with Fran Harris's help, who's doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. And he made $119,000 in book sales. And he basically used events and webinars. Do you guys know how hard it is to sell books? How many people are authors? Can you type that in the chat if you have a book or if you have something that you're putting out? So here's another example of this magic, okay? You can also have people teach, coach, do masterminds, demos, consultations, QAs, use office hours. It really does not matter what industry they're in. They really can they can automate something. If whatever industry you're in, you can automate something, okay? So here's my limited time offer, which I didn't even get to last time because I was worried about a fire, okay? Some of you won't need my help after having learned this. But for those of you that still need my guidance, this is your opportunity to get into my 6-week group coaching program. In this program, I show you from start to finish how to create, develop, launch, and automate your digital products so that you can have a 7-figure business. It's not hard to do. It just requires the work that you at least put in the work once, okay? It's a 6-week digital publishing business bootcamp. You can do a one-time payment today of $19.97, or you can do 2 easy payments of $998.50 today and another equal payment in 1 month. You'll get to create 4 digital products and incorporate 7 steps to 7 figures. And I have 3 bonuses for you. You'll get my templates, which means that I'll give you scripts, I'll give you fill in the blank worksheets where you can pretty much drag and drop. And this is valued at $3,997. The second bonus is weekly office hours, which is valued at $1,997. And that means that you get to talk to me directly. And just so you guys know, to do 1 hour of the executive coaching with me is $425.50. So this is a great deal. You're getting 4 of these with the package. So it's actually worth a lot. Okay. And then the third bonus is that you get email support. That means you can email me, and that includes sending me an instant message on Messenger. That's pretty much email, okay? And I will get back to you within 24 hours. That's a total value of, let's get a drum roll, please. Okay? The 6-week digital publishing business bootcamp for $19.97, valued at $19,997. You'll get the bonus templates, you'll get the weekly office hours, and you'll get email support All of those total together is worth $26,998. Literally, this is my VIP, you guys. This is my VIP offer, and we go hard or we go home, okay? If you can't participate in the boot camp, don't worry. The next best thing is to become a member of Your Passive Legacy Academy, where you can learn at your own pace, participate in a free Facebook community for accountability and support and much more. Some of you are already in my free group, which I'm sure that you've found value in that. I'm taking early birds until the actual launch date of the group, which is September 1st. Okay, the membership is only $19 a month, and there is over 25 hours being uploaded to the site and will be on that site. So if you become a member, you can actually find that at the link that is right here. And I will put this link in the chat box so that you can go ahead over to that. Okay, so to pre-register for the bootcamp, you can actually text the number 209-834-4695, or you can email me at yourpassivelegacy@gmail.com. And you will receive an email with class details. The class modules will be sent to you at the beginning of each week from the date you start. And this is all going to be via email. And you will have access to me once a week to go over any questions you may have. So I'm literally going to work with you until you make some stuff happen. Okay? And you'll also get some email support. Everybody needs a coach for 4 reasons. The first is accountability. The second is a blueprint. The third is community. And the fourth is direction. That is exactly what you'll get from me. I encourage you to take advantage of this limited time offer. I would love to have you on my campus to share the wealth of knowledge I have so that you can quit trading your time for money. At this time, I will open up for questions. Who has questions for me? Does anybody have any questions? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Wow. Thankful says she has 3 books published. Okay, that's a lot. I have 4 books published, so you are basically like right on my heels. I'm gonna have to publish another one. Okay, so I've just gone over all of this. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to edit the previous video that I had from earlier today because I just was not able to finish. But you have all the information here. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and put a link in the chat. You guys have already registered. I'll probably just email it to you just to make things easier. But you basically can sign up before I actually get this launched, which is awesome because you'll have first dibs for everything. And you don't have to worry about kind of picking up where everybody has left their pickings. And, you know, I think that it's going to be really interesting when people finally get the rolling with this. I think that a lot of people are afraid to start. And being afraid to start, look, you won't get anywhere. You have to take that first step, okay? And I'm literally going to hold you by the hand so that you can do that. I will literally talk to you on the phone or make sure that you know, have everything that you need. You don't need to worry about being left behind because I do small groups for a reason, because I don't like having big classrooms and I can't help everyone. So if you are looking to quit trading your time for money, this is a great opportunity for you to work with someone that knows what you need to know. And I'm literally getting training myself, coaching myself from people that are 20, 30 years ahead of me. So I'm that trickles downhill. That means I'm telling you what they're telling me. Okay. It doesn't look like you guys have any questions. Do you have anything you want to say? I see that there's a few people on. Can I unmute you? I don't know if you guys are saying anything in the chat. Okay, so that was pretty much the end of it. I know that if you devote your time to learning and really trying to find out what it is that you can do to change your financial situation, what you're going to find is that it's not as hard as you think, and you can actually start today. I mean, literally, like, think about whatever it is that you can do today that will bring you an ROI on your time and energy. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for spending time listening to what I have to say. I know that you are going to do awesome, and have a beautiful day.